Hey guys, Kyle here, bringing you another Pokemon video. So, these aren't going to be live, as you can already tell by looking at the screen here, but they are rating battles, as you can see. I actually got home and I was thinking about recording live, but I hadn't done any replay commentaries for a while, and I don't know if there are some people out there that prefer the replays over the live battles. So, I thought it'd be really good to just go ahead and do some replays today. These are the first two matches I played, so I'm really excited because they were really good matches. I don't believe in any of the matches did me or the opponent get stomped. I think they were both pretty good, lots of switching, lots of cool stuff going down. Yeah, I also learned a couple things. So that was also neat. What was I gonna say? So I'm going to go ahead and jump into these. I'm going to do two replays. I'm going to do, because normally I do, 2 or 3 matches when I do live. And since I came home, I played 2 matches, and I started recording. So these are the only 2 matches I played so far today, but I'm going to go ahead and jump into them. So the first one's against this gentleman named Nathan. Good game, Nathan. Oops. I believe it went really well. We're going to go ahead and jump in here. So, as you can see, I'm bringing the Starmie. I really wanted you guys to see how good Starmie was, because I swear she's an amazing Pokemon, and so I wanted to make her work. He let off his Garchomp. I left with my Starmie kind of hoping that, planning on going for the Ice Beam. And he goes to the Sucker Punch, and all of a sudden it's like, wait a second, Sucker Punch. I go for the Ice Beam, and then this is when I realized it wasn't actually his Garchomp, it was his Zoroark. And I was like, okay, that's what I thought. I didn't want to risk going for another Sucker Punch, so I went ahead and I pulled back Starmie, knowing that she might be able to sweep the team later, and sent out my Rotom, because he is the most physically defensive Pokemon on my team. Goes to the Shadow Ball, though, which I don't have any investment in, but it doesn't matter. Sucker Punch actually does more damage than, which was surprising, but he's probably a physical attacker, you know. Citrus Berry is going to proc and go for the Overheat to finish him off. I might have been able to save that damage for something else, but I didn't want to risk it at that point because he was a big threat to my Starmie, and Starmie is definitely the sweeper on my team, at least in this group. The Garchomp can be, but Starmie is a lot better than Garchomp. In what I've seen, my Starmie has a much better record than my Garchomp does. Now, he did go Mega Garchomp. I was afraid I might not be able to outspeed it if it was Scarfed, but when I saw him Mega Evolve, I realized that Starmie, it definitely could outspeed this, but I didn't want to switch into her and take a risk, so I actually let my Rotom go down here. And this is pretty much a dead Garchomp. I'm going to outspeed. I got the Ice Beam, ×4 Expert Belt. There's no way. He's dead. Not even Stab. Can you imagine the Stab too, but you don't need it with the Starmie. And that is gone. So I was really nervous, because if he was choiced or focused, if those were even things that happen in singles, I don't know. But he's dead. Now, Luxray, I was under the impression that electric Pokemon were weak against rock. Turns out it's only ground. So it's not going to do that much damage, but it's okay. Starmie can go down here, because there's no way he can take out the last Pokemon on my team, because it's Garchomp. You ain't touching Garchomp. I just need one Earthquake and this thing's done. There we go, Earthquake, and that is game 1. So game 1, very short, very sweet. I just realized that match was kind of a stomp, wasn't it? Like, we did lose Pokemon, but it wasn't, I was never really in, like, danger of losing. So, okay, maybe that match wasn't actually as good as I remember it being. I was just kind of really excited because Starmie did well. And then here was the second match I played against Guillermo, I believe is how you pronounce it. I know it's a Spanish name, or a Latin name. I'm not sure what the correct term is. Guillermo? I know 2 L's makes a Y noise, right? But maybe I'm spending too much time on this. Now, if you can look at his team, he's got that Conkeldurr, which is scary as shit. I wanted to hit the Psychic on him, but I also didn't know what kind of moves they carried, so I was really afraid about that. And I went ahead and brought Magneton, Rotom-heat, and Starmie, because they're the 3 newest members, and I really wanted them to get some action. And I thought this would be a really good match. I thought they would be good against the team that he had. You guys can't see all 6 that he brought, or that he had. But, you know, these are the 3 he brought, so it's all that matters. I went ahead and went out Magneton, because literally most of his team was weak against Magneton, or could not do much damage against Magneton. I'm going to go for the Toxic, I believe, here. Because I just wanted to start doing some damage on that. Conkeldurr comes out, and actually he's going to avoid my attack, which I am completely okay with, just in case he was running Guts. I do not want to let the Guts proc on me. I'm going to go into my Rotom, because Rotom's physically defensive. We're going to see against Conkeldurr that just does not matter. Drain Punch is going to come in and do so much damage. At this point, I was like, I'm dead. I am so dead. There's no way. There's no way. Eat Citrus Berry. I believe I just go for the Overheat at this point, just trying to get as much damage as I can, because I was almost certain Rotom was going down. Mach Punch for a little bit of priority is not going to kill me, because I am completely invested in my defense. Overheat's going to go, and that is not going to kill, because Conkeldurr maybe has Assault Vest. I know that's a thing in doubles. Again, I don't know what all the details are. Now, I guess I had a speed tie with him, or maybe I was faster, but he just, you know, because he used Mach Punch, he went first. Which would make sense, because that's what Mach Punch does. But either way, he didn't make a mistake, I feel there. She went for Mach Punch again, but he didn't. Jellicent's going to come out. I'm going to go for Shadow Ball. Just curious. I knew this is a wall, it wouldn't do so much damage, but I was just really curious how much of a wall it is. And Jellicent is amazing. Against its own weakness, it's I'd say as good as Goodra when it comes to walling, so I might make one at some point. I mean, I definitely will make one at some point, maybe soon. The Jellicent seems pretty cool. I let my Rotom go down there at that point. I knew that if I brought Starmie in, oh no, Magneton. Magneton is an amazing wall against Jellicent. I went ahead and brought it in, because I figured there's really nothing he can do against me, and with the Volt Switch, so I wanted to throw him off. I love having Volt Switch on Magneton, because he's going to go for something else, so he ends up going for the Scald here, which is what I was hoping for. So I bring in Starmie, knowing Starmie can eat up that Scald easy. Here it comes, and even if he got the burn, as you guys might have saw on my first video, Starmie actually does carry the Natural Cure. So I'm not too worried about that, because I don't plan on leaving Starmie on the field anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and pull her right back out into Magneton again, expecting the Shadow Ball, which again, Magneton is not going to care about. Not even with... I'm not even specially defense invested. Magneton is just such a beast that Eviolite does not give two shits about Shadow Ball. So go ahead and eat that up. And at this point I realized one more Volt Switch would be a KO to let Starmie come in with initiative against his last Pokemon. So go ahead and go for that Volt Switch there. Down goes Jellicent, and out comes and back goes Magneton. I'm going to go ahead and throw out Starmie here. Now, we both know that Mandibuzz is his last Pokemon. Mandibuzz is weak against my Ice Beam and my Power Gem. So I was pretty confident I could get a good amount of damage on here, but Mandibuzz is a Super Wall, so I wasn't sure even with Expert Belt how much damage that would do, and I was surprised. Mandibuzz is amazingly bulky. Does go for Foul Play, but I have a horrible attack stat, so luckily that does not kill me, even with Super Effective. I go for the Power Gem. Just curious to see if either one of them should do more damage than the other. They seem like they both did pretty much the same amount of damage. Goes for Foul Play again, and that's going to be Starmie going down. But it's okay, Starmie, you are amazing. I love you. You are a good Pokemon. Starmie's going to go, and then out's going to come Magneton, and Magneton pretty much is going to just win here. Now, I am going to go for the, I went for Thunder Wave here, hoping that if he started trying to Roostall me, I'd get some Paralyze Hex on him. And I do get it, but he has a Lumberry, actually. So Lumberry's going to kick off, and then I realized, you know what, I probably should actually go for Toxic. So that way, even if the stalling goes on, I can eventually outstall him. So I went ahead and I threw the Toxic out this turn. So I'm actually really happy he had Lumberry. It worked in my favor, and this is why I run Toxic on Magneton. Because one, I don't have any Toxicers on my team, except for Starmie, but I want Starmie to have 4 moves so she can fully utilize her Expert Belt. Or sorry, 4 coverage attacking moves. And Toxic is going to Magneton, because if he can take a hit, he can throw a Toxic onto something. Foul Play is not going to do very much damage at all. My attack stat's like 74. I'm fully physically defensive. Doesn't even matter. Volt Switch doesn't do too much damage, but comboed with the Toxic, there's really no point in him going for the Roostall at this point, other than maybe one of us DCing, and I think he realized that, goes ahead and goes to the Foul Play one more time, knowing that there's no point in stalling against Magneton, that he will eventually lose. Magneton goes to the Volt Switch, and Mandibuzz goes down. So, bam. That was a really good match. And you know what? Since this video is so short, I'm actually going to do one more. Now, this man, Ricky, is actually my friends list, and I saw he had a thing saying, please, let's do single battles, so I went ahead and challenged him. This match is also amazingly good. Amazingly good. So, you know what, since we're only at 9 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and throw this match in here, too, and let you guys check this one out. So, this is actually Ricky on my friends list. So you are going to see all of our brilliant nicknames. Pardon me, I got hiccups again. Now, the next nickname is Manchow. I'm throwing Misty. Excuse me, I'm sorry. So, I didn't know... I expected the Fake Out, and I know that I'm weak against that, so I went into Mittens here, and sure enough, there's the Fake Out. I just want to avoid any possible damage on Starmie whenever possible. Goes to the U-turn. Actually, I'm going to go for Will-O-Wisp here because I figured anything on his team, I was willing to, I was looking forward to getting a Will-O-Wisp off on it. And luckily, he comes into his I Am a Rock, which is Tyranitar. And Will-O-Wisp on this thing is not a problem to me. The only thing, though, is he does pack the Crunch, and Crunch does super affect my Medicham and my Starmie, so I did not want to switch into anything, even though I could kill him with Starmie. So sadly, I do have to sack Mittens here so early off in the game, just let him go down. He saw him go down easy, but as we're going to see here, Overheat's not going to do anything, and that was my strongest move. I thought I'd just use it to at least get some damage off. It basically was like he got burned for one more turn, that's about it. There's going to go Crunch. I don't think this is actually going to kill me. No, actually far from it. Wow, I forgot he did such little damage. And that's the power of Mittens, man. Mittens is such a, although he is burned, but even if that had done double the damage, it wasn't actually that bad. Burn is going to whittle him down a little bit more here. He's going to return, and I believe I'm going for Shadow Ball here. Just because I was curious, because I'm just testing the waters to see how much damage a Shadow Ball would do against a Tyranitar. I'm actually hitting Mienshao with it, which is okay, but I do have the special attack drop, so it's not going to be doing very much damage at all. And I get the D drop too, which is amazing, because my team is mainly special attackers, as we know. And there's going to go the Sandstorm. Fake Out comes in again. So that's just free damage. Now, Fake Out did more damage than I expected, and I get the flinch. I think he might be holding King's Rock, unless Poison Jab has a chance to flinch, because you're going to see on this turn, he's actually going to go for Poison Jab, and I'm going to flinch. So I'm pretty sure that's King's Rock, because I've never seen a flinch with Poison Jab before. I do flinch, and so sadly, Mittens is going to go down without being able to do anything else. He's going to go for Dream Punch for just a tiny bit more HP, which I don't blame him. HP is always good. He probably got like, I don't know, 12, 10, or maybe 10, 5 or 10 out of that. Unless it looked like. But I know Manchester's pretty squishy. Now I'm going to go for Psychic here because I know the Psychic is going to take him out. And he's already done his Fake Out, so he can't flinch me anyways. And there he goes. I'm actually surprised he didn't go for Fake Out for extra damage. Maybe he thought he would just U-turn, because that will super affect me as well, I believe. Iron Rock comes out. Another Pokemon that I can easily destroy in one hit, I think. No, that's right, I went for Brine. I like to carry Brine on Starmie so she can finish off something else. As you see, Brine's do a lot of damage, but I think with the Sandstorm buff, not that much. But luckily, with the burn, I'm able to survive that Crunch. So getting that Will-O-Wisp on Tyranitar was amazingly good for me. There's me the burn damage. I'm going to go ahead and go for Brine one more time. And that is going to be Tyranitar going down. Now, I hadn't seen his last Pokemon yet, which ends up being Talonflame. When Talonflame came out, I pretty much figured I had lost, because we know that if he's using it in a battle, it's like 99% chance gonna have Gale Wings, you know? He goes for Protect. I'm not sure why he did that, so when he did that, I got a little bit of hope. I was like, ooh, maybe he's a stall Talonflame, and he doesn't have Gale Wings for some reason. But as we're gonna see, that is not true, because he's going to go ahead and go for the Brave Bird priority and take Misty out. And the last Pokemon I have is my Mancham, which is actually kind of a funny situation. I would have died anyways. I don't think it mattered, but we're going to see here. My Mancham's going to come out. Esmeralda is her name. And I'm actually going to... I actually forgot to Mega Evolve, but at the same time I don't think it mattered. There's Brave Bird, and that is me down. So good game, Ricky. Definitely a nice match. He didn't send me a nice or anything afterwards. And for some reason said that he wasn't allowed to use in-game chat, so I don't really know what that meant. But there you go, guys. There's the 3 matches I played today. The first 2, the 2 wins, were ranked, so that was good for me. Because that means I haven't lost any ranked matches yet today, because I literally just started playing. I got home from work. And then this match I did lose, but it was just a friendly battle against a buddy. And I'm pretty happy with how today went. So I hope you guys enjoyed these matches. And I'm loving singles, I gotta say. It's definitely a lot less stressful than doubles, I feel like. And it's a lot more fun, because I really like switching and trying to predict and stuff like that. And I feel like predictions... they aren't necessarily harder to make in doubles, but there's just the metagame for doubles is so small because people find pairs that work together and they use those pairs all the time. So you almost never, ever come across You almost never come across a situation where you're going against really cool brand new teams. But in singles, I feel like there's a lot more viable Pokemon than there is in doubles. Like Magneton, I swear I could not make him work in singles no matter what I did. Or in doubles. I could not figure out how to make him work in doubles. But in singles, Magneton is a beast. Oh my gosh. I couldn't imagine not having Magneton on the team. And there we go, guys. So, again, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening.